Thank you, Michael. Good morning, dear participants. I'm happy to be here to take part in this important meeting and this special session. My presentation is titled Density and Emptiness. I will respond to Benjamin's materialistic historiography through my drawing-based working method and two of my design projects. So first, I'd like to discuss the issue of drawing, specifically drawing as a medium between thinking and making. This is a sketch I drew of the Wan Fenglin, which means the 10,000 peaks forest in Guizhou province, China South West. In this drawing, I've depicted the subterranean parts that are invisible, serving as a diagram to reveal the geological principles of the karst landscape. On this side, we designed and completed a camping service center, attempting through this small project to explore a mode that is symbiotic with the earth and embodies metaphor. This special sketch on the left is a GPS trajectory map showing the flight and walking routes in the Xiaohaitou Mountain of area of Yanqing, Beijing. The image on the right is a complete restoration of the hiking process through Xiaowutai Mountain in the Taihang Mountains. This is not a thing that can be captured by the naked eye. Rather, it's an artificial collage and composition, much like the scattered perspective technique found in the traditional Chinese landscape paintings. In the Xiaohaitou Mountain area, we designed the venues of Beijing 2022 Olympic Winter Games. From these photos, one can subtly perceive the continuous journeying experience through the mountains and the forests presented in the preceding sketches. This is a drawing of poetic synchronicity, I call it. I've collaged most of our projects into a virtual spatial temporal realm composed of ancient cities, new districts, villages, landscapes, and forests and fields. Here, architecture serves as a medium, mediating the interaction of the world's environment and the creation of poetic situations. Through drawings, these sketches, I gradually realized that behind traditional Chinese cities, architecture, settlements, and gardens, there exists an unified philosophy of creation. I selected about 400 drawings and compiled them into this book, Wandering, Walking, Viewing, Living. So in my view, drawing is not merely a representation of envisioning what is thin, but also serves as a medium between thinking what is thought and making what is made. It helps me to contemplate design concepts, clarify design methods, and ultimately led to the purpose of integrated geometry and poetic scenery, reinscription of the interaction between architecture and nature through technology and materiality. So next, I will share the two design projects. Both are deeply rooted in specific historical and cultural contexts, and both began with the process of drawing and reading drawings. The first is a renovation project in the Beijing Hutong area, which we call miniature Beijing. This is the magnificent space formed by a continuous roofs, profound courtyards, and modern urban backdrop thin when first ascending the Jingshan Hill and overlooking the Forbidden City 35 years ago. This experience prompted me to reflect on the design principles and the construction logic behind it. Through a planar comparison of Beijing city and its imperial city during the Ming and Qing dynasties, one can discern a similar generative logic and isomorphic characteristics, a highly ordered and extendable spatial structure, city structure. This structure takes the single-family residential space represented by the siheyuan, which means courtyard house. Mr. Yonghe Zhang just showed the plan. As its basic unit, using it as a prototype, it transforms at different scales. Each unit at one level is constituted by the next lower level, exhibiting the vertical densification characteristics. However, starting from the 1950s, due to the sharp increase in urban population and the scarcity of residential land, the siheyuan gradually evolved and into dazayuan, which means disordered courtyards, a chaotic structure spontaneously built through courtyard occupation to meet the housing demands. This inspired us through this subdivision of the land and the practical densification to transform a 3-row, 9-room, 2-courtyard layout into a high-density community containing 5 residential units and 1 public unit to meet the owner's requirements. An inner street is introduced from the north side of the site, extending southward into the plot. A continuous horizontal concrete slab above covers the primary and secondary lanes, providing shelter for residents. We utilize the courtyards and a series of other natural elements to realize a residence garden integrated living model. The 5 residential units feature different scales of a kind of mini courtyard house, 3 of which in the north are the small type 1-room mini courtyard house. And we lowered the interior floor level of the living room to gain sufficient spatial height and incorporated a mezzanine bedroom with a sloped roof. This also includes 1 middle type, which is a 2-room mini courtyard house, and 1 large type, which is 3-room mini courtyard house. The concrete slab extends from outdoors to indoors, integrating with functional elements like kitchen and toilet to form a unified service core. It grows and extends like meridians in the body, connecting the Hutong, inner street, side alleys, courtyard corridors, and the indoor services spaces. The main living spaces frame views towards the courtyard. Inside the courtyard, ripple tile paving and the concrete seating create an aesthetic of rockeries and ponds complementing each other. The public units, ground floor houses a community coffee shop, and a second floor is a viewing pavilion. So looking to the west, tiled roofs and tree shadows, flocks of birds, and the setting sun dissolve into the modern city skyline. These collectively form an urban scenery from the daily poetic. So the second project, Instantaneous Arcadia, was located in Nanjing, another ancient capital city. Professor Lu Andong from Nanjing University's Gewu Design Research Workshop provided the site at the southwestern corner of the main city wall of Nanjing. Serene gardens, bustling markets, flourishing temples, demolished and abandoned residences, replica ancient buildings, disused factories, and ancient city walls bear witness to the long-sealed 1,800-year history. Meanwhile, at the foot of towering modern buildings, wild grasses and wheat fields stretch out, which are merely a temporary landscape preceding large-scale development. This particular area can be seen as a macrocosm of Nanjing's development and transformation, even a specimen of China's contemporary urban landscape. So this project is finished in 2015, which is 10 years ago. This is the living present reality that an architect must confront. The moment I first traversed the bustling market and the ruins to enter the site, what I felt was a profound sense of tranquility and emptiness, utterly contrary to these dense historical fragments. These two sketches capture that strong sense of void. I decided to construct 4 groups of structures around the site, engaging in distinct dialogues and mutual guidance. The terrace pavilion, tree pavilion, wall corridor, and mountain tower. Each group was a conjoined entity of newly added artificial elements and existing natural features. This is the terrace pavilion, an upper pavilion on the lower terrace. The terrace is the base of a demolished residence, existing symbiotically with the pavilion above. Using construction scaffolding for the structural framework and black semi-transparent shade netting for enclosure and covering, it created a strong sense of temporariness. At the same time, the towering interior ceiling and the dense network of scaffolding evoke images of crisscrossing beam structures and profound dim roof spaces found in traditional Chinese architecture. Similar yet distinct from the terrace pavilion, the tree pavilion was situated beneath a large solitary tree beside an abandoned pond on the site. The wall corridor extended and grew alongside the ancient mottled brick city wall, overgrown with wild grass. The mountain tower is a 7-story high tower combined with a group of objects symbolizing artificial rockeries. Ascending it, one can establish a distinct echo with the new pagoda on the site of Grand Baoen's temple ruins outside the city walls. Passing through the bustling market and landscape of crumbling walls, people arrived at this hidden garden within the city, a garden featuring a 3-dimensional sightseeing route connected by the 4 groups of structures. The modular scaffolding system, closely related to the human scale, allowed for spontaneous and rapid construction. Based on the same module and grid, these structures also achieved horizontal and vertical extensibility. The commonly seen shade netting provides necessary enclosure and covering, while imbuing this group of structures with an intimate, vivid, and subtle bodily connection to the experiencer. This construction experiment lasted only 20 days. It was built within 4 days and disassembled in less than 4 hours. The scaffolding, the braces, steel plates, netting, and the cushions were stacked, photographed, and stored. Finally, when the truck drove away, the site returned to its state of a month prior. It was as if nothing had happened. This is a cross-section in the process of urban development and change, and a moment in the long flow of history, which is why we called it instantaneous Arcadia. By the way, currently on the site, many new villas has been built, but not designed by me. Both projects offer unique lessons through which to examine time, change, and urban transformation. In the last part, I will compare them through the concepts of ephemeral and permanent, ruins and renewal, daily, poetic, and urban scenery, and density and emptiness. The first point relates to time and urban historical facts. The Hutong project focuses on certain permanent driving forces within an urban development process and presents this continuous spatial structure. And the other project, through its rapid construction and lightness of materials, uses an ephemeral act to present fragmented historical facts. This revelatory rupture paradoxically also achieves a sense of permanence. The second key point is ruins and renewal. The Hutong project opposes a one-sided emphasis on private dwellings. Instead, by creating a multi-layered public space, it established a macro community seamlessly connected with the city, thereby resolving the conflict between high-density living and the traditional courtyard structure during urban renewal. The other project utilizing a garden approach and metaphorical stance of under construction, created an urban park with a strong sense of ruin and cultural atmosphere. It extends a quieter, more intimate intuition to citizens in a softly whispering manner. The third key point is daily poetic and urban scenery. We focus on the poetic moments arising from daily life within the context of contemporary urban development. In the Hutong project, through the residence garden integration approach, we aimed to realize the ideal dwelling found in traditional Chinese culture. In the other project, the material transcend their physical properties and solidified aesthetic values to create a localized, internalized spatial poetry that dialogues with both the site's long forgotten history and the chaotic urban reality. So the final point is density and emptiness, as mentioned in the title. The Hutong project is situated in a physically high-density environment and a context of densified usage meaning. As for the other project, behind its physical low density and emptiness, there lies an immensely diverse context, a profound history, and a complex symbolic system. This can be seen as a way of intervening in and reflecting on the complex layers and the changes of time within the urban environment, resonating with Benjamin's critical and evocative approach to the history. Thank you very much.
起风了。